Hey guys, it's Ivan, and today we'll check out how you can make massive techno rumble using our new effects module, the Ghost. The key to the good rumble bass is to process the kick in parallel and to add well-timed delay and reverse reverb for the whooshy effect. Coupled with the sidechain to leave the space for the original kick, we have the perfect techno groove. Since the core of this patch is the kick drum, for this I will be using the Queen of Pentacles kick drum, and I will be splitting it using a stackable cable, with one of them going to channel 2 on the cockpit and another one to the Ghost. So let's quickly make this patch. I will split the individual kick drum to channel 2 on the cockpit, and then I will also take it out from here and feed it to the Ghost input. And the Ghost output I'll connect to channel 4 on the cockpit. Now, since we'll also need to sidechain the output of the Ghost to the kick drum, I'll also take out a kick drum cable, put it to the kick drum, and then split it and feed it to the sidechain input on the Ghost. Since we'll also need a rhythmical delay, we'll need to clock sync the Ghost delay, and for that we'll just patch the master clock output from the ground control to the clock input on the Ghost. So let's connect the cable, patch it over here, and we are ready. You probably already know that we have 3 different routing modes, and although the rumble can be achieved using the different routing options, for this particular patch I'll be using the first routing mode that has the chain of effects routed to distortion and then to the filter. Distorting the effects can bring some pleasing texture to the sound, and this is exactly what we are looking for in this patch. So let's start the playback and figure out the parameter settings. And before we touch the effects, I like to bring in the compression at the end of the chain so we have a consistent volume in the sound. And let's also add some distortion. So let's start the sequence. Bringing in distortion. And adding compression. As you can hear, the sound sounds way more full and consistent. And this is very important for this particular patch. Now let's add some delay. As you can hear now, the delay time is a little bit too fast for the groove, so we'll just divide it until it sounds good. Over here we have a perfect techno groove. Now that the delay is working as we want, we can move on to the reverb, and since this patch is not really about a lush reverb, we'll switch into the reverse mode by pressing the routing button and freeze button. This way we can create additional dynamics by adjusting the pre-delay amount. So let's hear how this sounds. Let's start moving the pre-delay. In this location it sounds particularly pleasing, as we have the perfect dynamical groove. We can play around with the tail and the general dry-wet amounts of the delay and reverb. Because too much delay is not really working. Too much reverb is also not really working. But if we find the perfect mix, it will sound really good. The last block in our routing chain is the filter, and we will use it subtly to cut off high frequencies with moderate resonance. Tweak it until it sounds good to your ears. Let's start the sequence. As you can hear, in this position, it's not really a rumble bass because we're cutting off the low frequencies. But if we move it just somewhere over here, and just to give you the comparison, let's quickly mute the Ghost. That's just our kick, and this is with the Ghost. With the rumble bass ready, let's add some additional drums from the Queen of Pentacles and the percussive leads from the Two of Cups. So we'll be connecting the master output that are processed by the effects of Queen of Pentacles to channel 2 over here. The output of Two of Cups voice 1 will go to the aux input on the Queen. This way we can also add additional reverb for the percussive lead. Let's also connect the drum outputs from the ground control to the snare drum on the Queen and to 2 different hi-hats. And lastly, we'll connect the pitch CV output from track number 1 to a 1V Proctave input on Two of Cups and the gate output on the ground control to trigger the first voice on the Two of Cups. I have already pre-prepared 2 different patterns on the ground control, so we can hear how effective techno rumble is in the context of a techno drop. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and now understand how the Ghost can be used as a creative sound design tool. With the Ghost, it's all about the exploration and many parameters interact between each other, creating an organic feel, so trust your ears and have fun. That's all for today. We'll be back with more Ghost videos very soon. I'll see you next time.